Hello everyone and welcome to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch. This game had to have a video made for it. I have, in the very short time I've had to play it, been blown away by the experience in the latest Smash Bros. Game. I got my start on this series in Melee. I remember walking into the game store fondly, looking on the shelves and seeing, wait a second, what's this Super Smash Bros. Melee where you can play as Bowser and beat up Mario? That's fantastic. And then I got Brawl because who didn't have a Wii, so I might as well have gotten Brawl. That was great as well. Introduced Sonic. You could do Mario versus Sonic. That was enough. Could have been the game. Would have bought it. Didn't get the Wii U version because I didn't have a Wii U because there was nothing else on it I wanted. But then I did get a Nintendo Switch and I am able to get the latest Smash Bros. Game. And although my purchase was initially fueled by purely nostalgia, this experience absolutely holds up in the modern day. I cannot give you a full review right now because, well, quite simply I have not had enough time with the game to do the online section, so that would represent a significant portion of the experience, so I can't give it a final evaluation, but I can absolutely talk about the new mode World of Light, which is a hybrid between the classic Smash Bros. Experience as well as an RPG style of play where you traverse this beautiful watercolor design map, encounter spirits, which are these random obscure characters from the various franchises represented in this game. They hold attributes. It might be a stat bonus, might be a perk in battle that will go with you and your enemies into battle, and then you can use them to, well, either make the game harder for yourself when your enemy has them or make it easier when you have them, and you'll want to try and match your spirits against the enemy spirits, keep them leveled up so that you don't fall behind, choose your favourite character from the absolutely insane roster, and traverse the World of Light. It is a great deal of fun, holds my attention. Admittedly, there isn't much in the way of a story. In fact, there's a cutscene at the beginning, and that is largely it in terms of narrative. But it's a fantastic experience in terms of a single-player offering, something I really appreciated. You've also got some other modes that people who have played previous Smash Bros. Games will be familiar with, like the classic mode. You choose your favourite character at first, and then play against multiple opponents, and then you end up fighting a boss. A lot of the time it will be Master Hand, but sometimes for certain characters you'll get something a little more flavourful, a little more relevant, especially in the case of someone such as Link, who fights, well, I won't spoil that for you. You've also got the classic Smash mode, which allows you to heavily customise the experience and choose from one of the characters you've unlocked, and you can use this to play multiplayer as well locally, which, as always, is where this game absolutely shines. The gameplay for Smash Bros. Ultimate is also very fast-paced and very refined. I thought it was a blast to play. It never felt unfair, but it felt very responsive. It'll be interesting to see if this is picked up by the competitive scene. Maybe not so much to the same extent as Melee, if only because that game has such a strong rooting in that community, but it definitely has the framework for the potential there. And while I can't give a final verdict, as this is not a final review, I can look at the pros of this game and give you an idea of who this game is for. Well, first of all, is it good for people who just enjoy single player? And I would say yes, although it is fair to say this game is very strong in multiplayer. If you are someone who just wants to play on your own on your Switch, you can have a blast playing classic mode and World of Light on your own. There's loads of content here, and collecting all of the different characters is a feat in and of itself that will keep you occupied for a long time. So if you are a single player gamer, you will love Smash Bros. But if you are a multiplayer gamer, well, that's where this franchise has always been incredibly strong. As always, you can play with multiple players locally. This can go up to 8 players, although 8 does get a little bit crazy. I tend to not want to go over 4, otherwise I start to lose track of where I actually am on the screen. But you can do 8 if you want, and there are some larger maps to facilitate that. And there is the online mode, which I have not yet tried, but will be very excited to invest significant time into, hopefully in the future. If you've never played a Smash Bros. Game before, this is as good a place as any to start because it contains pretty much all of the content from all the past games in terms of the maps and the characters. So you've got loads of characters to unlock and lots of stages to play on, and not only do you have all of those stages, but you have variants on those stages. When it comes down to it, if you don't enjoy the fundamental formula of the Smash Brothers series, you will not have your mind changed by this installment. But if you did enjoy those past games, then this is an absolute love letter to you. A final verdict may follow later, but I can say with a strong degree of confidence at this stage, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is a fantastically fun experience.